There we go. We're live. We're live and in killer. Let's see if this works here. Let's see if this works. All right, you guys are going to have to tell me about sound quality because I'm doing this on my laptop. So if we got good sound quality, I can see the comments over here. Let me know. We're going to let the room kind of fill up a little bit, and then I'm going to get the person that I'm interviewing to call in. Okay, good quality sound. All right, appreciate it. So let me, we're going to preface this video with a little bit of context, and then we're going to have Dave, 404 Trucker Dave. If you guys don't know who he is, make sure you check him out on YouTube. After the video post, I'll put a link to his channel in the description. But I'm going to have him call in, and we're going to hear his story about his interactions with RVT, and about his interaction and experience working for U.S. carriers. Now, as most of you know, 404 Trucker Dave currently pulls for the coach. He's currently pulling for the coach. So tell a friend, share this out. If you guys end up having any questions, please hold those until the end after I ask my questions, and then we'll go from there. Then you guys can ask your questions. Dave can answer them, or I can answer them to the best of our ability. So keep sharing this out, guys. Post it to your Facebooks. Text it to your friends. I did, Marine 2155. I did indeed. I got to call Yeti afterwards. Why do I got to call Yeti? And you should have a wrench in here. Why don't you? How do I do that with this? I've never used this on. There we go. But I will. I'll call him. The chat doesn't look really good on here. Kind of ridiculous. Okay. There's 404 Trucker Dave right there in the comments. That's who's going to be calling in just a few minutes. Make sure you're subscribed to his channel. He put his story up in a few different parts. We're going to tell it here. And plus, I got some questions. Shadow Wolf, tip of the hat to you, sir. $2 from Mike Stevens, Jerkin Juice. I appreciate that, Jerkin Juice. Thanks for the $2. $2. Where's the little guy? Why isn't he here? I don't see a little guy in here. Coach was singing today, by the way. Not very good. All right. And I've got some things to show. Also, some stuff that was sent to me. Some things that were sent to me for the purpose of this. So let me make sure that that's ready really quick, because I needed to make sure that I blocked out some stuff on here. Let me just do it this way. This is the easiest way here. And then I can edit this. So all I'm doing is just blocking out some info. Whoa. Nope, wait. Shit. How do I zoom? I don't know what I was supposed to block out here. Shit. No, stupid thing. I want to draw on it. Oh my God. Turn that off. Oh, cancel. Anyways, I will just do it. Yeah, I can just do it like this. Okay. So we also have a settlement here on my phone. I'll have to take the camera and Mr. Elfman, thank you for the $4.99. $4.99. Yeah, there's a few things I got to block out here, but okay. So Dave, go ahead and call in. I think I'm ready now. And then we'll test the audio with Dave. Getting my notepad here. My freaking notepad. Waiting for Dave to call in. Dave, call in. Brent, Florida, what's up, man? How you doing? Now, if you guys want to ask a question at the end of the video, it will cost you $2 to get it in. I'm just fucking with you. I always look at Duncan. Oh! The IOIAs, man, means if you ain't ordinance, you ain't shit. Little guy, share this shit out, man. Dave, 404 Trucker Dave. Where you at, buddy? All right, I guess I'm just going to have to call you. Take an IOU. My phone. Oh, fuck. Never mind. Yeah, it's because I put it on sleepy time mode. I call you. Here we go.
Hey, Dad. Hey, man.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, I'm here.
All right, make sure you guys, can you guys hear Dave good enough right there? Make sure you guys can hear him really good. Actually, let me put, if they can hear it right there, it should be good. Yep, they can hear you. Okay. So what's going on with you, man?
Hey, man. Yeah, I'm here.
So I'm just gonna start off and ask you a few questions, and we'll get into it.
Sure.
And hopefully, anyone at U.S. Carriers is watching this video, RVT, you can kiss my ass. Hopefully, this will get you guys to send me a cease and desist letter because I have not received mine yet, and I'm really hopeful that I get one out of this deal. But so, how long? Let me start with this. How long and like when did you start driving for them, and how long were you there?
I was there about 2 months. This would have been about, about 3 months ago I started. So I've been with Jason about a month.
Okay.
And yeah, so I was with him for 2 months.
And where were you at? Where were you driving at before you drove for them?
I was with another carrier. I really don't want to get
you don't have to put their name out there, but you were with another carrier prior to, so it's not like it was your first company. You've been on the road a while, right?
Right. You know, I mean, whenever you and I talked back some months ago, you came on. I did a live feed. You came on. I was with Cook Trucking at the time.
Right.
And if you remember that conversation, I was vague about why I wanted to talk to RVT. And the only reason why I wanted to talk to RVT was to you know, get some information. The trucking company is working for him. He's claiming he was making lots of money with the company, and at the time I was working for Cook, and I wasn't making much money. I mean, I was making less than $1,000 a week.
Okay. So, when did you first talk to Scott?
Right after that video that we did, he got a hold of me and said if I wanted to talk to him, I'd need to go ahead and send him some money. via PayPal, and then I need to go online and do this personality evaluation.
Okay. And how much did you send him initially the first time over PayPal?
I think it's like $40, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
I have to go back to the records book. I think it was like $40.
You have receipts for that kind of the transaction history that you sent it to him, right?
Oh yeah.
And then did he charge you to do the personality thing?
No, that was no charge. That was free. Everything online.
Oh, that was nice of him, right?
Oh yeah.
So every time that you talked to him, did you have to pay him every time?
No, just the one time. The first time, in order to talk to him, I had to do the personality evaluation, and it was Tony Robbins' thing. And whenever I got him on the phone, finally got to talking to him, he was like, "Are you recording this?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not recording the call. I don't do that." So he was real paranoid about that. He wanted to make sure I wasn't recording.
Right.
So and I'm like, no, I don't do that. I don't deal that way. It's not my personality type. So, so I did that evaluation, jumped through that because I think he wanted to make sure that it just wasn't some prankster trying to call, record his voice, and all that stuff. Okay,
and then when you first got on the call, you wanted to know about the company, right?
Yeah, I did. I wanted to find out more about the company, but I didn't directly ask him the name of the company. I was kind of waiting for him to divulge the information. I think that, at one point I was like, what company was it or something like that, if I remember correctly. And at that point, he didn't want to give out the name of the company. He wanted to make sure that it was a good, solid company, is what he said. Now, keep in mind, that's the salesman tactic. What you try to do as a salesman is you try to get people to, buy into what you're selling.
Right.
One way to do it is to, kind of like hold back on what they really want.
Well, yeah, you kind of want to promote a little envy, maybe a little jealousy somewhere along that line, so they get really interested in what it is you're selling.
Yeah, so he's got all the psychological tactics down. And at the time, I was falling for it, hook, line, and sinker. And he basically, said at the time, I told him that I had a family and my kids and all that stuff. I've got a 4-year-old and a 9-year-old and a 20-year-old and a 22-year-old. So I've got 2 kids at home right now, and I want to spend as much time with them as I can. And at the time, I was working for Good, and I was home probably every other night.
Right.
And so he was like, well, U.S. carriers, to really deal with U.S. carriers, need to be out like 3 weeks at a time.
So initially, you didn't call like really looking for information about the company. That was your intent, I do believe. But
that was my intent.
But he started to kind of like promote it and sell it to you, I guess, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, he kind of like didn't want to give that information out. It's a typical salesman tactic, But he did say, because I was looking at this other company to go to work for, and we talked about that. He said, well, you'll probably be home more with that company because they promised me I'd be home every weekend. And he said, maybe you'll be happier there, and why don't you go ahead and try it out? So I did that. I went ahead and went to work for that company, and I was really careful when I went to work for that company. I mean, I checked them out, their score and everything like that, and they had a great score. I talked to the owners, and before I even flew up into Chicago, I talked to the owners and made them agree to, I wanted the truck to be at a certain speed, and there were different things. I wanted to be home every weekend, and they agreed to all my demands. When I got there and I went over everything, I looked at the contract. It was a pretty solid contract. It didn't have a contract like the one with U.S. carriers. I mean, it was a contract that I didn't have.
And I definitely want to talk about that, but
yeah. So I went to work for them, and they broke within 2 weeks. They had broken every single promise that they made to me. I didn't get home the first weekend. I mean, I was ticked, and I did a video on it.
Right, and that was the company you were with before U.S. carriers, right?
Yeah, correct.
Right. So you leave this company, and you eventually make your way to U.S. carriers.
Yeah. See, what happened was when I did that video, RBT called me up and said, "Man, hey man, I see you're ticked off with the company you're working for." And at that point, he says, "Look, I'll tell you what, you'll be the first one if you want to come over. The name of the company is US Carriers. He gave me the contact information. He says it's a great company to work for, and you'll make you guaranteed at least $2,100 a week. And so I talked to my friend and I were Basim, who's working for the same company that I was working for, that I got ticked at. He's the one who actually talked me into going over there in the first place. And that and then RVT, what RVT said. So I went over there, and like I said, I wasn't happy. And so then whenever RVT called me up and said, hey, you'll be the first team that comes on. So I was like, cool. So we gave her 2 weeks notice to that company.
Right.
And both gave her 2 weeks notice. The scene had his family was going up to Canada, and so he flipped to Canada, and I flew home after the 2 weeks notice. I flew home, and then that Monday he flew into Canada into Charlotte, and I flew from my home up to Charlotte, and we got a hotel room, and then we took an Uber the next day and went into US Carriers.
So when you go into US Carriers, what's the first thing that happens when you get there? Do they have an orientation? Do they give you?
Keep in mind, Will, is that first of all, when we flew in there, we lined our tickets up well in advance, so we weren't paying any huge fees flying in. But I knew we got a one-way tickets. I knew that, hey, if things didn't work out there, I'd have to pay a big price to fly back out of there.
Right.
Okay,
so you get there the first day.
Get there in the yard, walk in the yard. It's behind a QT over there in Fort Mill, South Carolina. And walked in there, and the guy that met us in the parking lot was Michael McKell. He's one of the owners of the company. Okay. And he said, we got your truck here, we got your trailer here, but before we show you that stuff, we want you to come in here and sign some papers. And so that's basically what happened. So we went inside, sat down with Tatiana. I started reading it over, and I'm reading through the stuff, and I'm like, I was telling her, I was like, it's got all this stuff in here. It's all these fines. And she says, oh, don't worry about that. We just have that. Basically, it's a knucklehead clause.
A knucklehead clause? Is that what you said?
A knucklehead clause. It's basically a knucklehead clause.
Okay.
And we don't force it. We just want to have a document that we have that's signed in case somebody comes and they tear up the truck. These are Penske lease trucks. Right. And we have to have a contract. Penske lease requires us to have a contract. So we got to have a contract. We got to have this stuff in the contract because it helps protect that Penske lease truck.
Okay. So you go in there, you're reading over this. You're obviously getting the feeling like something's not right, but they're reassuring you, hey, everything's fine. This is our normal deal. And RVT's over here. Look at me. I'm so happy. I love this place. Yeah. Right. So long story short, you eventually signed this contract.
I did. And the reason why I signed it, number one, was because RVT was over there. He was making money. He was talking about all the money he was making.
Did he, you say he's making money. Did he ever show you his settlement? Or did he ever?
No, I never saw his settlement. He had some, he talked about settlements.
Right, like what I'm not. I don't care how much he makes or anything like that. What I'm asking you, did he prove to you that he was really making money? You know what I'm saying?
He did. He really did. He's like they have a guarantee. It's $300 a day, for 7 days. So, and he told me before I went over there, he's like, they got this $300 a day guarantee. So if you go over there and you work 7 days, regardless of whether or not you earn $2,100 at the 70-cent rate per mile, they will pay you $2,100. And so, we went in there and we went to work, and they did. They paid us $300 a day guaranteed for whatever days that we worked. Right. They did. But there was detention pay that we didn't get. We didn't get any detention pay. There were times.
So none of that incidental pay was passed on to you, no matter what.
No.
Yeah. No, so they're just guaranteeing that $300 a day. Even if you're driving or sitting at a dock, it doesn't matter.
Right. And and I will tell you this: they did pay that $300 a day. Okay. And there were weeks that we earned more than that. And there were weeks when we went home. We got paid $300 a day for like 5 days. We were home a couple days.
So we're getting a little ahead of ourselves. What I want to know is, okay, so you sign the contract. Okay, after you sign the contract, they take you to your truck, the equipment you guys are going to be running. What was the condition of the truck?
The truck. Oh, Nassim took one look at the truck. And he's like, "Man, we need to get out of here." He's like, "It's nasty." And got up inside the truck, and whoever had the truck before had left a Mountain Dew can stuck up inside of the top sleeper, and then they closed the top bunk and locked it. So when we flipped it down, that can had literally exploded all over the place, and it was sticky stuff all over the place.
Mm-hmm. So did they offer to fix that, to clean the truck, or
no?
Give you a different one? What's that?
They said we had to clean the truck if we wanted to clean.
They said you had to clean the truck, so they give you a dirty piece of equipment that's got somebody else's germs and all that shit in it.
Yep. Two really nasty mattresses that were stained. And Mikkel was like, well, if you want to go out and get some new mattresses, you can do that, but we want to keep those. Give them to somebody else. It's like, seriously?
Yeah, that's pretty disgusting.
We were like, no way, we're taking this. We're not taking this with these mattresses. We were very insistent. And so he said we'd go over to the Walmart down the street, buy a couple mattresses, and they reimburse us for it.
So, I mean, we're up to the point where you've signed the contract and everything. So let me recap real quick. By watching YouTube and everything, you found RVT, and thus that led you to signing on with this company, correct?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. So he charged you for the coaching call. You go work for the other company, then you come to U.S. Carriers. You get there, you're feeling like something's not right, signing the contract, but they're kind of coaxing you through it, saying, "Hey, it's going to be all right. We don't enforce it. It's a knucklehead clause. The truck's a piece of garbage because it's filthy."
Yep.
And so now you get on the road. Now, are they pleasant people to work with? Are they professional?
Well, I'll tell you what, they loved us because we were running our butts off. I mean, literally, I closed that
just
door.
Your butt, not your face. You just ran your butt off, not your face.
Yeah, my butt off.
Okay.
Yeah, I literally ran my butt off. And Steve and I were the dispatcher. Paul, he's the general manager. He was like, "Man, you guys are animals." I mean, he sent us these texts, saying, "You guys are animals. You guys are killing it. This, that, and the other thing." And he was very positive. Up until the point where whenever Nassim got a speeding ticket, he was positive. When Nassim got that speeding ticket, his whole attitude changed.
Right. So you're running your face off, so they're loving you. Obviously, you're making a whole bunch of money. Now, that $300 a day that you spoke of, is that for each driver, or is that split between you because you're running a team?
Each driver.
For each driver. So they're paying the truck $600 a day, and you're splitting it. Okay. And so that $2,100, just for everyone that's watching, that's before taxes, right?
Correct.
Okay.
It's a 1099.
Right. Now, I heard rumor about this escrow stuff. Now, when you get your first settlement from these guys, tell me about your first settlement or paycheck, I should say.
Okay, so
what were your list of deductions on that?
Okay. So on my first paycheck, they did not pay the $250 out because the first paycheck we actually went down to Atlanta, spent a couple days in Atlanta we had to get some stuff in our truck and stuff like that. So the first paycheck we went out for 5 days basically and went home. So those out of that particular one, we got paid $300 a day for 5 days. They didn't charge us $250. Tatiana was like, "Well, you guys didn't earn enough, but I'm not going to charge you the $250. I'll charge it to you when you get a bigger paycheck." So, she was good to us. I mean, I didn't have any complaints about that. The one complaint that I did have was the fact that Nassim, from day one, I got my paycheck on time every week. Okay, Nassim never got his paycheck on time. I don't understand that to this day because U.S. Carriers Bank was the same bank as the Seeds, Bank of America, and mine's PNC, so he should have gotten his before I got mine.
Okay.
But I got paid mine on time every week. Every single week, he had to call in and rang with them for hours on the phone to get his paycheck.
Right. So, where did it start to change that you were thinking about leaving? Because I mean, up until this point, what you're telling me, it sounds almost like a normal trucking company, really. I mean,
yeah,
I mean, you show up. A lot of major carriers try to issue dirty trucks. They do have some policies that people sign that probably they shouldn't be signing. Obviously, we know, thanks to beattruckstops.com/bad companies, you can see the contract that 404 and the other drivers there have signed over the length of time. You can see the infamous page 19 that these guys were penalized by, these ridiculous fines. But so where did it start to change for you?
Where it started to change for me was from day one, whenever we got that dirty truck. And where it really started to change is when we looked at the trailer. We went around and we inspected the trailer. And the trailer had a lot of problems.
Okay. Yeah, I saw those are the pictures you sent me, right? Of the trailer that they issued. Now I'm going to pull these up really quick.
So day one, the trailers were garbage, and that's where I was like, I told Steve, I'm like,
let me see if I can.
This company, we need to get our own equipment and put it on.
Let me see if I can show this here. So there's the trailer. Now, if you look, the front of it's all banged in right there, or the side rather. So this is the trailer these guys were issued, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this equipment. Now you wonder about, CSA violations and different things. Now, look at these cracks. Look at this equipment. Okay, so you get this trailer and it's a piece of junk, and then what?
Well, it got to the point where we were out in California. It sent us up to California, and that one crack was getting so large, and it was just crumpling in more and more. I knew something was seriously wrong with it, and I'm like, look, we can't. We picked up our first load in Southern California, and then we went to Nogales, and they sent us to a trailer repair place in Nogales. And the guy told me, he's like, man, I would refuse to drive this out of here because you pull this scale or anything like that.
Right, they're gonna rip you apart with that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, we basically had a choice to make at that point. If we refused to take it anywhere, I mean, what are they going to do? We're definitely not getting paid on the load, And
right.
It was a weekend. It was a Friday, and I was thinking, I was doing some calculations. I was like, well, it could fall apart. It probably won't because the weight we had on that particular load was only about 15,000 pounds.
Okay.
So I was doing some calculations, and I was thinking, well, we could probably get it to Miami. In my mind, the way it was cracking, and mainly it was that cracking was from heavier weights being put on a trailer.
Right.
Now we had a lighter load, and I was
so did you inform? Did you inform the company of the crack in the trailer when you discovered it?
Oh, I took pictures and
right. And then what did they tell you? They told you just to run it, that they weren't going to pay to fix it? Did they offer to tell you to take it in, or what?
It basically, I went back and forth with with Paul, and he's like, "Go ahead and run it." So
now, who's that? Paul.
Paul's the general manager of the company, and he was my dispatcher at the time.
Okay, so he's the general manager. Does he cover safety and compliance and all that kind of stuff?
Yep.
Okay, so he should have told you, no. You know what I mean? You shouldn't even have put any weight on that trailer, right? More than likely. Right. I mean,
at that point, we had picked up both loads, got the trailer repair place, and we would have had to take it someplace and have all that stuff in the reefer offloaded. They would have had to pay a lot of money to transfer that stuff, and they didn't want to do that, and
right.
Because in order to fix it, they would have had to they would have had to have the product taken off.
So after you get the trailer fixed, how many paychecks do you guys receive until they start taking your deposit, your escrow, so to say? And
well,
what did they say that this stuff was for? That's what I'd really like to know. How did they claim that this was legit? That you have to pay this quote unquote escrow or deposit, whatever name you want to stick on it. How did they legitimize it? Is what I'd really like to know.
They haven't. Really, we're really at the 45-day mark right now. Okay, so they had 45 days to return it to us, the deposit. What they did is they went into Basim's paycheck and my paycheck, and they took out some bogus stuff. They took out they charged us for the mattress. That,
right.
You know,
I saw that. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I have this. Now I've got his information blocked out.
Yeah.
But
they charged both him and I.
You guys can see right here. Let me try to angle it just right. Hold on. Let me see if I got to darken the screen a little bit so everybody can see that.
Now, bear in mind, when we returned this truck, we had already picked up our truck, and we had brand new mattresses in our truck. Okay, and we had these 2 mattresses that we paid for out of our pockets. We never turned in the receipts for the ones we bought at Walmart because we liked them so much because they were at memory foam. So we decided we wanted to keep them. And so they charged us.
So now I've got I showed everybody that this is one of the settlements from there. I'm going to show everybody the charges here. Now this shows now what is an open truck expense? Did they clarify that?
No, not really. I mean, I think that may have been whenever they gave us a couple advances to pay for tolls, to pay for weight scale tickets, and pay for various things of that nature.
Okay, and then the DOT violation from 7/25/18 for a deduction of $500. Now, what was that for?
That was for the same speeding ticket. We actually had gotten DOT. They did when they pulled him over for speeding. They did a level 1 inspection. They walked around. They checked everything out. They checked our logs and everything. But they wrote the speeding violation at the bottom of the ticket.
Mm-hmm.
But everything else passed. You know, it was a passing thing. I even called RBT and talked to him about it. He's like,
so basically, what you're saying is he got a speeding ticket, so he's penalized by the cop, by the DOT for speeding, right?
Correct.
But then the company nails him again for another $500.
Right.
For getting it. Okay.
Yep.
Now it says missing materials in the truck. It says $90 charge. What was that for?
That was for the mattresses I'm talking about.
So because you guys wanted a clean place to sleep, didn't want to sleep in anyone else's freaking fart dust, they charged you $90.
Yep, they did.
Yeah, and you said now today marks your 45-day mark that you've left, correct?
Yeah, 45. Yeah, right now is the 45-day mark, and I actually sent them
and you haven't received your escrow deposit back, right?
No, we haven't.
Okay, and what did you notify them? Hey, today's the 45-day mark, or we're coming up on it.
I notified them that we were at the 45-day mark, and the response that I got back was that everybody's escrow was on hold until the matter of the contract being out there got resolved. They want to find out who put that contract out there, up there on YouTube. They feel like that was a violation of the contract to put that out there.
I have a question. Now, obviously, you signed the contract, and in the contract it says that you're to be returned that escrow, right?
Correct.
So basically, they're saying because of the stink on YouTube that they're holding everybody's escrow until they find out all of the information that they want to know, basically.
Yep.
So they're actually violating their own contract.
Yep.
See, now, and yeah, logic says they can hold your escrow for 45 days. It's been over 45 days. But they said that they're not returning the escrow until they find out who gave the YouTubers the first copy of the contract. Mind you, we have numerous copies of the contract, but it doesn't matter. They can't hold that escrow. They just can't do it. It's illegal.
Yep.
And so since you left the company, has RVT talked to you at all? Has he tried to contact you?
Yeah, he's called me up on the phone and we've talked. He was real nice, but the thing is that when we left the company, whenever Basim was charged that money after we left the company, I called RVT up on the phone and I said, dude, they're charging him $500 for that ticket. Right. He's like, man, I don't want to get involved. Leave me out of it.
So, and I've seen those messages. Mm-hmm. Now, because you were asking that, what was his response? He said something, and I have. Let me make sure I have that really quick before you even say it. I do have that in the. Where is it? Let me find it here. Believe. So I don't want to state it wrong. Let me find this deal here. I can't find it, but you go ahead and say it. He texted you.
He basically said no. He said he wasn't going to help. He didn't want to get involved, and he had his own deal with the company, and he didn't want to mess that up. That's basically what.
He had his own deal with the company. What do you think that means, that he has his own deal with the company? In your opinion?
He's getting money for referrals.
Right. Obviously. Do you think though? Do you think it's possible?
Different contracts. We had a discussion about that. Whenever I talked to him about that, and I told him, I'm like, dude, you signed this contract. This, and this are in it. He's like, the way I look at that contract is I look at it like play money. And that $1,000 is just play money. He said, whenever I signed that contract, I realized I'd probably never get that back.
Right. So, but here's my question leading into that. So you say he doesn't have a different deal, and you guys all signed the same. You guys all, besides his referrals, but you said, potential referrals, but you said he signed the same contract. So the guy that's an expert in the trucking business himself signed a contract that's non-compliant and is recruiting people to sign a contract that's non-compliant.
That's right.
I mean, what do you think his main goal is here? In your opinion, what do you think his goal is? Is it to help grow this company? Do you think it's to help them succeed in business? Or do you think he's just trying to get that referral money and put asses in seats?
I think he's afraid he's going to lose his referral money that he has coming to him. And that, that's the whole thing. He doesn't want to lose the money he has coming to him. So it's all about money with him. All he cares about is money.
So what other things happened while you were there that that you would say were red flags to you? I mean, after you had, obviously you said the contract was, but after that, like what happened while you guys were there working? I mean, you said that they did pay what they promised you while you were there.
While we're there.
Yeah. What are some other things that happened? Are there any other examples?
The main thing was the fact that the equipment, that was the main problem that we had. They wanted us to run illegally with equipment that was, we had an ABS light that came on, and they wanted us to continue to run with that ABS light. I told them, I'm like, we need to get it fixed. And finally they let me take it into, they said, go ahead and go to a TA. So I took it to a TA, and then I heard back from them saying, "Oh, the TA is not authorized. You should have taken it to a Love's." Well, Love's does. They don't do ABS. They just do tires. So they wouldn't get that ABS light fixed. So we had to run illegal with a ABS light that was malfunctioning. They knew that it malfunctioned. They refused to fix it, and I was just pulling my hair out because I was just so afraid we were going to get pulled over with that ABS light. And if we got inspected or whatever, we'd be shut down. And
so,
even RVT told me that he had a problem with tires, ABS light, and he had gotten some CSA points, and he was really upset about it. And he was upset about the trailer problem at one point, and that's one of the reasons why he quit. He went down to the oil field, and that didn't work out, so he came running back. And he said they got him a better trailer that didn't have any problems. So it was a great trailer that they got him. But I had never seen any trailers there that were. They all had been wrecked. They purchased these wrecked trailers.
So basically they've just got crap equipment as far as their trailers and dirty trucks. Yeah. But what I want to ask you was, there was a text message that he sent you that I have a copy of, but it was a text message he sent you. And what did he tell? He told you something, he's like, stop texting me, or he was gonna like sue you to Hong Kong or Virginia or Canada or something.
Yeah, well, if you look at the whole thing, that whole text message thing, he had basically disowned me, told me he'd blocked me on his channel, so on and so forth. And so I responded back that, I'm blocking him basically, and not to mention my name in a text message or anything like that, or I was going to sue him to China. I was so ticked off at suing to China. And so he just kind of laughed about it and like, well, if you text me anymore, then I'll sue you to Hong Kong or something like that. And he was acting like, it didn't really matter, whatever, he didn't really care.
So another thing that I heard, if you were, I'm sure you watched Jake and L's interview with Larry, the other guy that used to work there.
No, and Red Viking Truckster, I'm not.
Don't worry about the comments. Don't worry about the comments. Yeah. We'll respond to them later. But okay. Larry, the other guy that worked there, he said that RVT knew some of his personal business, of things that were going on with him that I guess the company had told him. Right. Did that happen to you? Did you have an experience or any experience where he knew information that only the company should know? Like with you guys, do you understand what I'm saying?
I mean, the owner of the company, not the owner of the company, I'm sorry, but Paul, the general manager and my former dispatcher, sent a copy of this contract that's online. He also sent a copy of my contract with my social security number on it. Mm-hmm. And he said, you had your time to fess up or something like that, or however he worded it. And, basically now they're getting their legal team involved.
Right.
And,
yeah.
So he sent me that message, and he sent it to Basim, and he also sent it to Red Viking Trucker. He said it had my social security number on it, and it had my personal information on it. That there's no way that company should have disseminated my personal information with my social security number to anybody other than myself. That was wrong.
Right. Yeah, I have that. So let me pull it up. I'm not going to show it because it's got your information on, but I'd like to read it. Where did that go? It's at the top of this text here. It's this big long chain back and forth here, where he's got a copy of your contract with your signature and everything on there.
And he replies back saying, I understand, or something like that. You see that in the text.
Yeah, I understand, Paul, or whatever. Yeah. And so, I mean, here's what was sent. I'm going to read this. It says, David, just want to let you know you had your chance to speak up. Scott, I'm letting you know about what's going on because this is coming from YouTube. Someone on YouTube is talking about you, me, and U.S. Carrier. Hi, motherfuckers. We will follow suit with anyone. Basim, I added you here too, so you can see what's going on with the people you work with. You've breached our contract that you signed. Our legal team will be in contact with you, David. And Red Viking Trucker is on this chain, going back between the general manager of the company and now an ex-driver, or drivers, I should say, that they're basically threatening with legal action because they suspect that these guys gave someone a copy of the contract, which is totally false. You know what I mean? Like they can't They can't say that without having proof. Is what I'm saying here. You know, and just because they send, and I'll show part of this here, but so they sent them a copy of. This doesn't have any of your info, just your signature. This they sent them a copy of the contract with their signatures on it. Basically, just I mean, just trying to be persuasive, I guess, in trying to get them to own up to stuff that they hadn't done or whatever. That's the whole thing. I mean, in the end of it, do you think? What do you think you would have changed or done differently? You know what I'm saying? Because and what led you that answer that, and then tell me what led you to.
In the end, if I had known about all that stuff in the contract prior, and I would not have gone there. I would not have flown in there. But I felt once I had flown in there, that what am I going to do? I mean, I left another company. I gave them 2 weeks notice. I left them. Am I going to go back there? And no. I mean, I've never gone back to a place that I've left. So I wasn't about to go back.
So you own the fact that you signed a shitty contract.
I did.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, you own that, but also the fines at the end. Now, how come RVT's never been fined for anything?
I mean, I can't tell. I don't have the answer to that because I don't know if he has or hasn't. I don't.
Well, he said that he's never been fined because they don't enforce it. But it appears to me that they do enforce it. Obviously, we've got a statement here with some fines on it.
If you leave the company, they're going to enforce it. I don't think they would have enforced it if Seam and I hadn't left the company. I don't think they would have charged him that $500. I think it was kind of like the fact that we left the company.
So it's kind of like a, hey, you want to leave us, we're going to take your money type situation.
Yep, exactly.
Right. Do you think? I don't really know how to put it. I don't want to try to lead you down the road here, but I mean, if you could tell that company anything, tell these people anything, so what you've learned from this whole situation, what would it be? If you could tell anybody that's watching anything that you've learned from this whole fiasco, what would it be?
I would tell the company, I would say, look, you said that you had to sign this contract, you weren't going to enforce it, but yet when we gave you notice that we were leaving, we gave you plenty of notice. We gave them over 3 weeks notice that we were going to go ahead and buy our own truck. And then there at the end, whenever things were really bad, and I just decided, that I talked to.
Someone just said, get that right when they said they're not going to enforce it. I mean, obviously they had you sign it, so you must have known that eventually, if something went wrong, that they were going to enforce it. But you trusted them for what reason, though, is my guess. Why did you trust them?
I guess I trusted them because of the way they treated RVT and the testimonials he gave on his channel about them. I trusted that. But at the point, whenever he talked about them being part of the Russian mafia, the Russian mob, I couldn't. At that point, I really did want to get away from them completely.
Whoa, hold the phone. He said that they're in the Russian mob?
Yep. He said they were part of the Russian mob, the Russian mafia. And he was kind of proud of that. The fact that he was working for the Russians, the mob, the mafia, whatever. And
he said that to you on the phone or in a writing or what?
That was on the phone.
Jeez.
The phone calls.
Well, that's a pretty large accusation for their mascot to make.
Yeah.
That's a really large accusation for their mascot.
One of the things he mentioned about, they got Lloyd's of London as their insurance, and you have to have a lot of money in deep pockets to have that insurance. Well, I found out later that actually Lloyd's of London is part of OOIDA, so they actually had insurance with OOIDA when they had the Lloyd's in London, and I guess they switched insurances. So,
heck. All right. So, with that being said, we'll take a few questions, guys. If you want to see Dave's full story, he posted on his YouTube channel. Make sure you go and check it out. 404 Dave or Trucker 404 Trucker 4 too long of a name. Post a comment so they get 404 Trucker Dave on YouTube, and you can see that. So, does anyone have any questions? I hear that beeping up. I always think there's someone. Okay, Coach wants to know, did they make you switch DOT numbers while on the road?
Yes. When we were out on the road, I actually did a YouTube video live about it, and I tried uploading it after it was done with. It malfunctioned and it didn't upload it to the internet.
Did they tell you why you were switching DOT numbers while on the road?
I'll tell you what happened. My wife and I have our anniversary on July 16th, and so I wanted to get home. We were going to take a cruise down in Florida, just a 2-day cruise, and we were going to take about 4 days off, 5 days off. And so when we went down there, went on our cruise, we got back. I got back off the ship. I didn't really have internet on the ship. When I got back off the ship, I got all these text messages from Paul saying, "We need you to go to call. We need you to call." And I'm like, "Okay." Finally, I called him up. I'm like, "Dude, what's going on here? I mean, I've got on vacation. I was, took a cruise." He's like, "Well, we need you to go in and have DOT." So I'm thinking, okay, I got pulled for random, and so I was like, well, okay, fine. We were going to get ready to leave. We're going to head north, and we were going to go through Fort Pierce. So I looked at places in Fort Pierce, and I said, yeah, we'll drop by, and I'll do that. So anyway, I got there, and the lady printed out the thing that she got from them, and it said new hire on the DOT thing. And I texted Paul. I was like, Paul, it says new hire on the page. Should have said random, not new hire. And he said, no, it's fine. The new hire is fine. He said, don't worry about it. Just forget about it. And so whenever I got back home, I had this package, and I was told that we were going to change some numbers on the truck at some point, and to take the package with me out on the road. So we went out on the road, and then I was told that once we got to our destination, we had several stops in Oregon, and then final in Seattle, or someplace up there, Kent, Washington. And so we were told we got to our destination to change DOT numbers.
Right.
And but then when we were out on the road, Tatiana either called or texted, I don't remember which. I could probably look back and see, but she's like, did you change the numbers on the truck? And I said, no, you told us to wait till we got to the destination. She said, well, when you get a chance, go ahead and pull over and change those DOT numbers on the truck. And so we pulled over, and I did a video at one of the stops of us changing the DOT numbers on the truck. And they changed it from Fort Mill, South Carolina to Charlotte, North Carolina. And they changed the DOT numbers. The DOT numbers and the name of where the company was located on the truck.
So they changed the DOT number, had you do basically a new hire drug test. Yep. So it's like you were getting hired on to a whole nother company.
A whole nother company, and I wasn't asked to sign a new contract. So at that point, I'm thinking, okay, if anything does happen, that contract that I signed with the first company is null and void, because I'm now with a new company. Right? Wouldn't you think so?
I would imagine so. If you had to do a new hire deal and you're running under different DOT numbers, but who the hell knows? I mean, I don't know.
Exactly.
So,
but anyway.
See, any other questions? Asked for why he took all his videos down on how great this company was.
I took all my videos down on how great RVT was, and that's what I took down. I didn't say, I wasn't talking about the company. I was talking about RVT.
Okay, Coach has a question. What did RVT say about the DOT change? Did he say anything about the changing the numbers?
I talked to him about changing the numbers, and he said their score was bad or something. The DOT was in there, and it looked like they were going to shut them down. But then he talked to Tatiana, and Tatiana was like, "Well, our score is in line with the national average, just a couple points ahead, and we came through the DOT with like a score of, I think it was 75 or something like that."
So the DOT was in there, according to RVT, the DOT was in there inspecting them, and he said they were going to shut them down, and that's why they switched numbers.
They shut down that number, and that's why they switched the numbers. Correct.
Okay. True or false? RVT made sexual advances toward you.
False.
Okay. I just had to ask. I was just checking. I didn't know.
He likes his pooch.
He likes what?
I said he likes his pooch.
His cooch?
That little pooch pillow he's got there.
Oh, his pooch. I thought you said the cooch. Or his cooch. I was going to say, hey, let's leave that for another time. Hold on.
I'm not saying anything sexual there. I'm just saying he likes his pooch, obviously.
Trucking Exec has a question. Did RVT have them complete a personality test? Would that have gave him super secret insight they were in the mob? I guess he's asking if he had the owners take the personality test.
Oh, there you go. No, I'm sure he didn't do that.
I mean, honestly, I'll tell you that you put yourself in the situation because you believed that guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I did.
And you signed a contract. Now, did your partner, I'm probably going to butcher his name, Racine, is that correct? Basim. Okay. Did he?
After correcting him 5 or 6 or 7 times, I kept on saying it's Basim. RVT called Hassim.
Okay, so he took it to that level. Okay, really great. So, did Basim say anything to you about the contract when he signed it, or what? I mean, obviously you guys, you're team drivers, so you obviously got to be close, right? Like friends.
We're close. He relies on my, whatever, and I read through it, and he did. He just signed it. And
you guys relied on RVT's knowledge of the company.
I was relying on RVT. I mean, the fact that RVT signed it, I thought it was okay.
So, do you think this guy should be giving people advice on business?
No, not after the experience that I went through. Absolutely not.
Let's see. Any more? Coach has one. Did RVT see anything about the contract prior to arriving to orientation? So did he give you a heads up that you were going to sign one? Did anyone in the company?
He did not give me a heads up he was going to sign one. I assumed I'd be signing some kind of contract, but not like that. He did not give me a clue as to anything in the contract, or that there was a contract at all to sign. But I knew, from my experience with other companies, that there was a contract.
There was something, obviously. Yeah, I mean, everybody always signs some kind of agreement, for, using the equipment. If you damage it, we're going to charge you whatever it costs to fix it type shit. But, nothing like that, I wouldn't imagine.
Right.
Freaking Shadow Wolf. Are any of the office personnel Russian or from another country? I don't.
Pretty much everybody was there, with the exception of Paul.
I don't think it really does. To me, it doesn't really matter where they're.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter where they're from. I'm looking through here for.
The way RVT pitched it was that they were immigrants who came to the country and trying to make money. They came from nothing and created something, and that was his spin on the whole deal. And then whenever I got out there working for the company, he started seeing things behind the scenes, and he mentioned the Russian mafia, the Russian mob.
Little Viking Coach says, is there a second office in Sacramento where they forced to leave California?
I don't know anything about that.
I don't know. I'm just reading people's questions. Did Hillary own part of the company? Hillary Clinton, was she involved at all?
Not that I know of.
Okay. Whose truck is better, mine or little guys?
I like little guys.
All right. Well, it was nice talking to you, Dave.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and talk to you later.
Cool, Lil Dawg.
Listen, you can't get on the fucking leg after you just bit my ankle. Okay, you can't do that. You can't do that shit. Little guy's in there loving this shit. That's all right. I had a complete stranger. Little guy, you saw it live last night. I had a complete stranger tell me Kenworth W900 better than a 780 any day.
Well, to be honest with you, the reason why I said that is, next time I see Lil Dawg, kick my ass. Did you happen to see Trucking Exec's haircut? Now, do you think Trucking Exec's haircut qualifies as a shave or just a haircut? I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it. Let's see. He was supposed to shave his head. He did cut his hair with a set of clippers with a number 2 guard on it. I don't qualify that as a shave. I think that's a false shave.
That's a buzz.
That's a buzz. Yeah, I agree. Okay. DJ Limo says he was a fake limo driver, but he got paid anyway. That's cool. Let me see. Did RVT refer to the carrier as quote unquote my company?
No, not to me.
Was Coach's free advice better than RVT's $40 advice?
No, absolutely.
Absolutely. Are you just saying that because you're running under Coach's authority right now?
No.
Has Coach ever made any sexual advances toward you? And tell the truth.
No, but his dog was humping my leg.
His dog was humping. Did you feel violated? Was it Chico? Who was it?
Yeah, I was thinking of filing a sexual harassment lawsuit.
Which dog was humping your leg?
Which one was that, Coach?
Do you think Ike is sexier now in the Peterbilt than he was in the Volvo?
Sexy? I think he looks a little more confident.
A little more confident. So you're saying you'd take him out on a date? You'd buy him popcorn?
Nah, I wouldn't do that. I'd probably buy him a beer.
You buy him a beer? He'd buy you a beer for having a Peterbilt. Like, what kind of beer?
Well, probably, if we're talking about beer here, mine is Boston Lager type beer, something like that,
Let's see. How does he feel about RVT shaming vets for getting benefits after serving our country?
I think it's terrible. I think that if you're a vet and you go out and you charge another vet or shame another vet on YouTube, and you talk about a veteran on YouTube that and call him a white supremacist and things of that nature, I think it's just awful.
Has RVT? I mean, we know the company said that they were going to get their legal team involved or whatever. Has RVT threatened to sue you at all?
No, I don't know.
Besides the text message you got from suing you to Hong Kong and Virginia or wherever.
Yeah, no, yes, that was just more or less a joke, I guess. I haven't got any threats from him.
All right. Well, I'm going to let you go. I appreciate the time. And anybody, if you guys want to hear his story, it's on his channel, 404 Trucker Dave, here on YouTube. I'm going to hang up now, and then I'm going to see if anybody else wants to call in. All right, Dave?
All right, man.
All right, take safe. We'll talk to you later, man. Bye. All right, the phone line is open to the people that have my phone number, so feel free to call in. DJ Limo, thank you very much. I would do it again in a heartbeat, and I'm pretty sure any other vet in this chat would do the same thing. If you served in the military, go ahead and hashtag your branch in the military. So hashtag whatever. Ike Stevens calling in right here. Ike Stevens, you're live. Don't call me while you're beating your pud.
Oh, yeah. All right, yeah. Anyways, listen, man. I know we make mistakes on companies that we go work for every now and then, but
Right.
I mean, come on. I mean, I don't know about U.S. Carrier, but we've been sitting there talking about RVT for a long time now. It's like, watch this guy. This guy is just, I don't want to use the word scammer because they said not to use that word. So,
Trickster.
A trickster, yeah, there you go. He's a trickster, man. We've been telling these people. Why is it that all of a sudden now people are coming out of the woodwork when we've been telling people this for months and months and months and months? Gosh, do your freaking homework. You got so many years.
Coach is calling in.
Like that. Just my opinion.
Coach is now on the line, and I agree with you. I think we all make mistakes with companies, or guys have made mistakes with companies, and I think that will continue to happen. But I think some companies. Let's be honest. No company's perfect, right? We all know that. We can all agree with that. Every company has its faults, but when there's this many combined on one piece of paper, I mean, obviously, 404 Dave signed the contract in his own free will. No one made him do it. Okay. But the fact that he was basically, in my opinion, misled or drawn into signing it seems very predatory. He was reassured by the company and by their promoter, Don King, the Viking, that they didn't charge those fines, that they weren't going to do that.
Look, Simba is on, with his big long mane and everything. Simba is promoting something that's not real. He's promoting something that legally has been proven is not compliant. And he continues to tell people to this day, even on his channel, the Simba channel, that I'm winning. I can do this. You can do this too. I'm making all kinds of money and I'm doing this. And then his partner wants to sit over there and say 1099 is cool. We can haul drugs and it don't matter as long as the IRS gets their money. And that is a direct quote, by the way. And that is, these people are absurd. Absolutely absurd.
Joe Harding, you're an asshole. I just read that text message. I agree. I think for people to make those claims, whether jokingly or not, are ridiculous. My question is, here's the thing. Like, obviously, we know the contract's bad, and we're beating the shit out of that contract. We really are, and everything. But that contract wouldn't have affected as many people if they didn't have someone on YouTube promoting the shit out of it, in my opinion.
Absolutely right. They can thank him. They can call him and thank him right now for the exposure.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
And the reason we found out about it, thankfully, thank you, RVT, is because he was promoting it. Because he was making all of these wild claims and everything.
Well, he was sitting there talking about how he made six figures.
Right.
When you make six figures and you're claiming that's your credibility for you to throw your money at him, to talk to him and all that kind of stuff, you're going to have people like me and my coach and yourself and others sit there and say, okay, let's fact check you. You're going to use that as your credibility. And what do you know? He may be making six figures, but look what kind of shady company it is. When are people going to say, hey, it's not all about the money. You know what I'm saying? It's all about integrity. You stay away from companies like that.
Yeah,
I want to say one little quick thing, then I'll shut up. If you are a YouTube trucker who says, I am out here helping drivers, okay, and you don't comment on this damn contract. Don't, after this is over and we take all the heat and we get all the letters, I do not want to hear your asses say how you help drivers because you are weak and you are spineless and you're a pussy.
I agree. I agree with you, Coach, 100%. And I said that last night when I was live. You got all these other YouTube truckers out here that make these claims, Jeffrey and others, who claim to be all knowledgeable and know the industry and all that kind of stuff. They claim to be all knowledgeable and know the industry, and they're the greatest thing since sliced bread, and they're the godfather and all this, but they can't stand up for the drivers. You know what I'm saying?
And it's all to do with a damn sponsor who gives a shit about your damn factoring company. I don't give a shit about mine. Drivers come first. Stand up. If you say that you're going to help drivers, stand up and do it. Don't let us do all the work, and then you come in and say, oh, I'm for the driver. Bullshit.
Yeah, I'm sick and tired of, a lot of people that, I got to take the high road. It can't be about this. And,
Yeah.
Don't worry about the D word, drama. This ain't drama, folks.
Well,
this is real life. People's lives are
it's not. It has.
Are being affected.
Yeah, none of this has nothing to do with drama. Are we definitely throwing RBT out there? For sure we are. And it might look like drama, but because he was the one promoting this stuff. He was the one putting this out there, and then you find these guys have been taken advantage of by this contract. None of us are lawyers. We don't claim to be lawyers, but they're people that get paid to write and read contracts that have told us that this thing is non-compliant. You guys, as the trucking industry, other drivers would not sign this, but some people have signed it, whether it be because of their focus camera, whether it be because of the situation that they're in financially and they just need to get on the road making money. They can't afford to look for another company, do the application process, wait a week to hear back, 3 more days of orientation, 2 weeks till they get a paycheck. You sit there and you ask yourself and you ask us why these people even sign this contract. Well, it's because people get in a situation where they need to start making money right away. They don't have the fucking time to dick around. You know what I mean? Exactly, Cals. He says desperate people do desperate things. Yeah, they see the contract's bad. I mean, obviously people can do that, but they need to make money. People have bills to pay and families. You know what I'm saying? They just do. Here's the thing. Shadow Wolf's on the phone. Yes, Shadow Wolf. I was just telling everybody that I just added you in. Ladies and gentlemen, Shadow Wolf is on the phone. Please go ahead, sir.
Thank you very much. And gentlemen that are in Lil Dawg's live feed there, I can't get on the net tonight, the internet service. Anyway, I want to thank first everyone that watched my video last night. I really love you. I really appreciate you for stopping in, to everybody. Second off, I want to talk about this company. Just for a second, throw some food out for thought. Okay, Ike, you need to chime in too. Once you leave a company keeps what they call a driver's report card on you. That's just the terminology. And then if you go to apply for another job, they send that out to that next company. And they can also hook that onto your DAC report. I wonder what this company is doing to them individuals that leave this company. That's just food for thought to think about a little bit there. Now, with that being said, can I make an advertisement, please, Mr. Lil Dawg?
You can do whatever you want, sir.
Hear ye. Okay, I just stepped in. I'll say it again. I just stepped in. I'm charging $1 if you want to come to Prime and talk about it. That's right. I'll give you the real deal on prime time for $1, 15 minutes, and it ain't white smoke. It ain't white smoke. That's for sure. Thank you very much, Lil Dawg, for letting me in. I got to go to sleep. I got to take the dog for a walk. She go to take a shit in this parking lot. We'll check you later, guys. Have a good evening.
All right, Jerry. Take care. Be safe, buddy.
We said this earlier, and they've got one person to think out there, and they want to send letters to people. They ought to send his ass one, and that's the Lion King. They need to send the Lion King a damn cease and desist letter, because all this exposure is due to all his winning.
Oh yeah,
That's
exactly.
what happened.
That's
And
what
when
it
you
is.
give people, when you give people who know the difference of bullshit and real trucking, people investigate this shit, and that's why you're in the predicament you're in.
Well, and here's the thing too, like, you know, today more cease and desist letters were sent out. I still haven't got mine. I'm fucking waiting,
I got
people.
one.
Send me my
I got
shit.
one.
Send me my shit. I want mine. Cease and desist letters are going out. You've got one. Ike's got one. There's another one sent out. I don't know if he put it out there, so I won't say his name, but there's another one sent out. And the thing is about these cease and desist letters is we're being told to cease and desist because we're putting the truth out there. Okay? They're trying to control the narrative of the conversation. All right? Obviously, you haven't seen any driver respond. None. Not one. Besides RVT and his little badger over there that rides beside him or whatever. Well, I don't even, his little freaking hamster over there that rides beside him. You haven't. Okay, so he did say, all right, so RD, it was Cannell that got another one. But RVT comes on and says, oh, we're the inbred empire, and says all these things about Thor, and he's our leader, and Ike's this, and Coach makes money because he's got PTSD, and Lil Dawg and Lil Guy are fucking scammers, and yeah, we're all on drugs. Now that stuff there is all defamation and slander because none of it is true. None of it is true.
Don't forget, exact's the money, man. Remember that? He said that.
Yeah, and here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if I think Jay's going to go over this stuff later, but as you can see, Jay Cannell in the comments there. Everybody say hi to Jay and tell him you love him and he's a fake artist.
Why don't you call out?
Jay, you want to call in, Jay, and you can tell about it? Call in, Jay. But Jay got his cease and desist. I mean, obviously, it looks like with all of this stuff and these fake legal teams and all this shit going around, Jay says it's dinner time, so I'll just tell it. Jay got a cease and desist letter. At the bottom of the letters, it has, you know, the person's name, right? Or whatever, for whoever it's for or whatever. The coach got his cease and desist letter, and at the bottom of his, it has Jay Cannell's name on it.
That's a true story.
So they're like copy and pasting fake cease and desist letters and sending them out. They're not even putting the right fucking names on them.
Hey guys, and here's another thing, and you guys can verify this. Everybody can verify this. That is in our little, I guess, the attack group. The nuclear bomb ain't dropped yet, folks. You're just getting the beginning. The nuclear bomb ain't even coming.
Yeah, I will tell you, there is a lot of
I'll-
stuff going on in the background that none of us are putting out because we can't. Legally, we cannot. Yet.
There's some crazy stuff. There's some crazy stuff behind this, and you dropped the bomb.
Who's calling me from Wildwood, New Jersey? Let me see who this is. Please be a sales call. Hold on. Hello?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, who's this?
Hey, it's Everyday Ray.
What's up, man?
He's calling up.
I got everyday Ray's on the phone. See, little guy, I let everyday Ray in.
Thanks for not hanging up on me.
You bet.
Boy, that coach is really fired up.
Hey, mute your deal in the background there, Ray. You got something playing, buddy.
Yeah, it's all muted.
So what do you think about this whole situation, Ray? You've been around the business for a long time.
Yeah, well, I've been around the whole business, you know, everything. There's too many red flags that pop up, man, you know. And let me start off, see, this is something new. I mean, we have Eastern Europeans in there now. And Eastern Europeans are treacherous people. And they do not treat their employees very good. You know, that's a whole goddamn criminal organization over there. And Eastern European, I mean, it's a compromise of many
countries who were under communism at one time. It's not just Russia or Bulgaria. It's Turkey. It's every other goddamn thing. Now somehow they're coming into our country here and going into business.
And I think,
they have,
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I don't care where they're from. It doesn't really matter. I mean, this is America, right? It's a melting pot, and regardless of who comes in or whatever, it's about how people are treated. But you know, you've been around the business. You drove for a lot of years. What do you think about this RVT character?
well, it's not him. He's not the fucking enemy. The fucking enemy is these Eastern Europeans. And it's not a deal like that where we're all immigrants and we come in here. These fucking people are criminals. I never would realize in my time that they would go into the trucking industry.
They're alleged. You're alleging that they, in your opinion.
Alleged what?
You just have to say in you have to say in your opinion. You can't.
Yeah, Ray.
You can't.
Do you want a letter?
You're gonna end up with a letter, Ray.
You're going to have a cease and desist before Lil Dawg does.
No, I know you can't. You can't say that. You're being not racist, but you're really damn close.
Well, let me tell y'all something. Now, you just had Shadow Wolf. You think he's something? I'm 76 years old. What the hell are they going to do to me? They only give Al Capone 11 years, and look what he did. That's bullshit. I'm saying what's on my mind. And whoever takes it to be racist, that's their problem. You know what we used to say a racist was years ago? Someone who would say, my best friends are colored. You know, that's bullshit. And that's the way I call it. That's the way it is. Hello.
Well,
Jay,
we love Everyday Ray. Because he doesn't hold back.
Ray's getting fined over here.
Now I'll tell you how I really feel.
Oh my God, Ray.
I made those statements. That's to me where me as an individual applying for a job in today's market, that's the red flags I look for. And when I see those red flags, I'm on a crosstown bus getting the hell away from you. You know?
Here's the thing. Ray comes from a different age, okay? I mean, we got a group of millennials probably in this chat right now.
They're losing their shit over here.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God. Yeah. But,
Jay's losing his shit. He voted for Hillary. He's texting me. He's losing his shit.
Oh, yeah, he did vote for Hillary, so there you go.
But
who voted for Hillary?
Jay Cannell did. He did.
Oh, shit.
Either that or he had Hillary t-shirts and everything. He was all about it. I think they took a painting class together.
But it's
He's like, I did not. Look at Jay in the comments. I did not. We're gonna need to prove it. Need to prove it.
Is Jay going live tonight?
Hey, what's his name? Food Mooch wants to know if he can call in. He texted me, Ike. Are you down with that?
I don't care.
Go ahead, Food Mooch, call in. Ike says he doesn't care.
Is Jay going live tonight?
Jay, are you going live tonight? Will there be a live feed from Jay Candle Shorts? Vote nailed it says, I bet this guy doesn't lie. Whatever he thinks is coming out of his mouth. Vote Ray for president. Oh man. Yes, Kevin, everyone in here pretty much saw. Yes, that is the flag behind me that I found on the highway.
How many people are still in?
There's 243. I found this. I was going across 70, and this flag was flopping around on the highway. It was attached to a broken, one of the broken little wooden sticks, and I pulled over on the side of the highway to go and pick it up because someone didn't secure it good enough to whatever it was. But yes, this is the one that I posted on Instagram, 03. So I will take this home and I will get it to the VFW so that they can dispose of it properly.
All right, it's nice and quiet.
Yeah.
Well, what the hell are you guys going to say?
Anyways, I need to go figure out how come I haven't been in a door yet. So I'm gonna let you guys go. But
All right. Yeah, I'm going to get out of here. We've been on for an hour and 25 minutes or whatever. So I'm going to hang this deal up. Guys, I'll talk to you guys.
Stevens in the Buffalo. Hello, command.
I will talk to you guys on Zello. So, all right, guys, we're going to get out of here. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. Like, subscribe, leave comments after the video posts. If you watch this on the record side, thank you for making this far through the video. We're going to head over to Zello, talk more about this topic. I'm pretty sure every day Ray will be over there. Everybody is welcome to come into the Zello channel and voice their opinion. Even RVT supporters, please come over there. I'd love to know why you guys are all up on this dude's leg all the time, considering all the information that's been put out there. Again, none of us are lawyers. We're not truck stop lawyers like Jeffrey Like is. To all of you other YouTubers, Woody, Trucker Brown, Party Hard, Jeffrey Like, Snorlord, Life is Good, anyone else out there that is on YouTube, whether your channel has 1 subscribers or 100,000, Trucker Josh, anybody, the Wright brother, I think all of you guys should touch on the topic of predatory and the fact that you shouldn't have to pay for anybody for information. There's no reason why you guys have to rip into RVT or into the company that he so faithfully promotes. But you guys really fucking need to say something, because each and every one of you is using the trucking industry to create content for your YouTube channels. Each one of you is making money and providing for your families off of the trucking industry. Yet most of you have not said anything about this, have not stood up for the industry or the drivers in it. Now, if this is a video that gets me flagged on YouTube and I lose live capabilities, I'll be back over on one of my small channels yet again. But you guys really should say something. Yes, Charlie, Indiana Jack, yourself, anybody who has a YouTube channel, make some noise about this. If you love Jay Cannell, make some noise, because he just got a fucking cease and desist letter. These people want to sue us. They want to take us all to court. Some YouTube truck drivers, they want to take us all to court because we're telling the truth, that their contract is non-compliant, that RVT is dragging people into this crappy contract. That's the whole deal, ladies and gentlemen. This isn't drama. This isn't about RVT. This isn't about a person. This is about the company. This is about the contract, and this is about the industry. So to you other YouTubers that haven't said a word, I know you're watching right now because you guys love the cheeseman just as much as the next girl at the hair salon does. Trust me, you do, because most of you have talked to me on the phone before, and I know how all of you talk about all of us and everyone else, and you flap your gums. You flap your gums when you don't think someone's listening. Like Coach is saying, stand up. Stand up for the industry that provides for your family. Because if we don't stand up for it, if we don't make some noise, if we don't make changes, this is all going to change even more than it already has. And I know most of you haven't been around the industry for more than 10 fucking years, so you don't know, right? Have I been driving that long? No, but I've been around the industry since I was a little kid. And it's way different. So you guys need to stand up for the industry before companies like this that take advantage of it, before people like RVT take advantage of the new guys. Okay? Before they take it any further and more people get taken advantage of. More people are cheated out of money. More people are gouged for things. I mean, the guy these two gentlemen were billed $90 because they wanted a clean place to sleep. How is that right? How is that just? When I was at Night Transportation, they never charged anybody because they wanted a new mattress. Are you kidding me? Protect trucking, ladies and gentlemen. This goes to all the female truckers out there too. You guys aren't exempt. You guys aren't exempt. I don't care what your affiliation is, what your race is, what company you drive for, how many viewers you got. If you possess a CDL and you make YouTube videos, fucking say something. Because I will come on here live and other people will continue to go live and we will call you all out until we get a response, which you know is what we want anyway. I'll continue to do it. I'll continue to bust your nuts every chance I get on social media because you don't care about the industry. You don't care. You don't care about trucking. You don't give two shits about trucking. You're either using it just to make content, for fame, whatever it is. You don't give a shit. And if you're not saying something because you have sponsors, then you're a straight pussy. Period, point blank. You're going to take money from sponsors over doing what's right. Over doing what's right. I've got sponsors. I talked to some of them today. They know what's going on YouTube, and they get it. So to any company out there that's watching this, that thinks about sponsoring me, if you want to do work with me, then you better be okay with this. You better be okay with me standing up for the industry that pays my bills. That's the end of the story. So, talk to you guys later. I'm going to Zello. Everybody head over there. Larry June, which one of these is the fake you? Hey, Larry, text me right now real quick. I'm going to text you a number, Larry. You put it in the comments and I'll know which one is your real account, okay? That number I just texted you, Larry, put it in the comments. And I'll know that it's the real you. And I'll give you a wrench. There you go, Larry. Now you can delete the fake you. Everybody start leaving here and head to Zello. Dog Pound on Zello. That's where you'll find me and the rest of the gang. Leave a comment, Larry, so I know it gave you the wrench. So I know it worked.
I wasn't over there. I knew a couple guys, worked with a couple guys.
That's Zello.
Told me some stories. Sorry if you misunderstood.
It's a walkie-talkie app that you can download. Zello.
Third-party information. Knew some guys that worked with some guys.
The channel is #Dog Pound. So head on over. Head on over. See you guys over there. Take care. Everybody be safe. Have a great night. Peace.